y'all, so I'm gonna do a really quick showing of the sunflowers that I have growing around the back. Okay, and I'm gonna see if I can tell you guys the type, because I'm not exactly sure of everything, but I think I'm okay. So these that you see back here are Titans. They have grown bunches. You can see them over here. These are all Titans. These are potatoes, so don't look at those. These here are a tall orange sun. And you can see how tall they are. I'm gonna come on this side so you can see. And then these are also tall orange sun and Mongolian giants. There's a mix here. These are all Russian mammoths. Those are Russian mammoths. These are also Russian mammoths. And this was a seed mix. And so what I can see in here are some chocolate cherry, because you can see the colors on those. All right, I don't know what these are. These planted themselves here. And as you can see, they are just going away. These things are massive. They're big. Okay, and then I think that these are actually Titans on both sides here. They're just everywhere. I told you I got sunflowers everywhere. There are more Titans at the end here. These little bouquets. Okay, now over here, we have Mongolian giants. These are dwarf teddy bears. This was also a seed mix, and I think there are a lot of like baby chocolate cherry sunflowers in there. These aren't looking too good. We just threw these down. Okay, now I have short stuff over here. These are short stuff sunflowers. You see how short they are? Okay, I also have them over here, and I just think this is a wildflower mix. We pretty much just threw some down. I know there are some Titans over here. As you can see, these are huge. Okay, and then these, I don't know what these are. They planted themselves. These are, they just started growing. So I'm not sure what they are, but they're already pretty big, as you can see as well. Look how big those are. They're probably up to about my stomach. And then these are all chocolate cherry. You can see that whole row of them over there. So I have a lot of sunflowers back here. And then there are also some behind the bees. And I think that those are Titans. As you can see, they're behind the bees. I don't know if you can really see that. I don't want to really go over and get in their flight path because they are busy today. As you can see, they're out bearding as well. So yeah, those are my sunflowers back here, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so far I have a bunch of mustards. Look at all these. There are just tons of them. I got some watercress and some spinach. I am going to try some of this walking stick kale. So I'm going to take some of the leaves from the bottom, and that will encourage it to grow taller. So I'm going to cut some of the leaves from the bottom. As you can see, let me show you the size of this thing now. It's gotten pretty big. So I'm going to take some of the leaves from the bottom, and I'm going to show you guys what it's looking like once I cut those leaves, because I'm trying to get it to grow upward. All right, here she is. And then I actually have some more growing. Let me show you. So I have that one, and then I have the ones here. So these are being eaten up pretty bad by the insects, probably those white moths or the white butterflies. So I'm going to trim some of the leaves from the bottom here as well, so that this one can grow taller. And this is another little baby one coming in. So yeah, let me get these done. But this is my walking stick kale. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so let me show you what these walking stick kale are looking like. Here's one over here. As you can see, she looks pretty good, looking pretty good. And then these over here, two right here. This one looks marvelous. And then I have the one back there that is totally walking up. You see how tall that is? It's probably about a foot tall, maybe a little bit taller. It comes up to my knee. That's more than a foot, probably about 2 feet. But yeah, they're coming along nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna catch you guys up on this bed here, what's growing here. So this is the giant red celery. Do you remember that? Look how big it has gotten. There is more under here. Beautiful. So we're gonna be having celery. Okay, these are chrysanthemums. And this little guy right here is okra. I'm gonna be making me some okra water. I'm not a fan of okra per se to eat. I'm growing this for my friend, but I'm gonna make some okra water. I've been seeing a lot of stories on those, and so I'm gonna try it. And then these are bells of Ireland, of course. There is a scarbosa in the back there. All the sunflowers, look how big they have got. They are massive. And then we actually have a new hive that has moved in here. They are at the factory hive right next door. Okay, now let's go across the front here. These here are Richmond green apple cucumbers. As you can see, they are vining out. There is even a little flower here, cute self. So those are Richmond green apple cucumbers. If you watch my channel, when I do my date nights, these are my onions. These are onions here that are growing in, red onions actually. But I did it red beans and rice, and I soaked some red beans. This is some right here. They grew this big already. So this is red beans. These are cucumbers. This is a cucumber. Look at the pumpkins, y'all. These are the warty pumpkins. Look how big she has gotten, and look how beautiful her leaves are. She is massive down in there. She's supposed to be disease resistant and pest resistant. We'll see. And this is her sister. She has another little sister over there. This is gonna be grown out. That's my plan. And then here is some lettuce. This is the Paris Island lettuce. It's a type of romaine. And I showed you guys this like a couple weeks ago. Look how big it has gotten. I'm gonna be pulling some of this soon. But that is romaine lettuce. What? And then right here is okra. More okra. And I think this is Louisiana okra. These can get pretty tall as well. So we'll see. I'm probably gonna end up separating them. And then I have more onions all along the front of my beds. But this has been an update on my flower bed here. All right, to stay up to date, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe as the garden turns. And I will see you guys in that next video. Okay, y'all, so here I have Georgia rattlesnake watermelon. So these are my big melons that I'm growing this year. And these can get up to 45 pounds. Some of them actually, they say 25 to 45 pounds. Some of them can reach 75 pounds, y'all. You can have 75-pound watermelon. That's on the top of the line. I wonder what am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? I don't know. But this is a Georgia rattlesnake watermelon baby. Like, share, and subscribe, and seedling. Okay, y'all, so here are my watermelons. So this is the watermelon, the bigger watermelon that I am growing this year. And this is the Georgia rattlesnake watermelon. I got a couple of them over here. So these can get up to 30 pounds. I'm talking about the fruit, and they are very productive. So I am probably gonna have a whole lot of watermelon as long as I can get these babies, going. But this is a watermelon. This is what the leaves look like. This is how you know if you have a watermelon plant, because all watermelon leaves look just like this. So this is my Georgia water snake watermelon. Subscribe to watch these grow. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe as the garden turns. Okay, so this is mustard green. So I'm going to harvest some of these mustard greens today as well, because I'm going to do my pickled mustards tomorrow. Some Japanese pickled mustard greens tomorrow for our dinner on Sunday. You see how I'm planning this? You see what I'm saying? It's a method. It's a method. Okay, so we are going to cut some of these mustard greens, just some of them, because I also bought some from the store too to mix in. But soon I ain't gonna have to mix in nothing, because as you can see, these are coming along just fine. Those look really good, don't they?
Yeah, I guess they get that ruffle on the edge, the end.
As they get older.
As they mature.
Yeah, or maybe that was just a different variety as well.
Been, but it's saying like
variety.
they could when they get mature.
Yeah, the ones at the store were all nasty looking. Like all of their produce was just not good today. It hasn't been good now for about 3 weeks.
Because it's been sitting in the warehouse.
Yeah, it's just been sitting somewhere or something. So. Yeah, but these are the mustards. We're going to pick some of these, and I'm going to be making some pickled mustard greens. So you might want to look out for that video, and you can use it as a condiment. That's why I want to make it. because I'm gonna be putting it on everything. Beans, greens, tomatoes, ham, spam, ma'am. I'm gonna put it on everything, ain't you?
Oh yeah.
Well, see what I'm saying? We both some green folks.
I'll put it on pancakes.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that now. Now that's just going too far, I think. What do you think? All right, y'all. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and look out for that pickled mustard green video. Okay, so next, here are my mustard greens. I have mustard greens in numerous locations, but these are the biggest so far. Also in this bed, I have some collards, but they're really, really tiny. And I'm just trying to let them come in, get bigger, so I can thin them out just a little bit. But these are collard greens. And then we got some mustard greens. Okay, so far I have a bunch of mustards. Look at all these. There are just tons of them. I got some watercress and some spinach. I am going to try some of this walkie stick kale. So I'm going to take some of the leaves from the bottom, and that will encourage it to grow taller. So I'm going to cut some of the leaves from the bottom. As you can see, let me show you the size of this thing now. It's gotten pretty big. So I'm going to take some of the leaves from the bottom, and I'm going to show you guys what it's looking like once I cut those leaves, because I'm trying to get it to grow upward. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, it's Garden Turns. So I am coming out here today to get some greens for a salad. Now these are tender mustard greens, and there are just so many of them here. So I'm going to cut a bunch of these out, and let me show you what else I'm going to get. So I have some spinach. Those are sunflowers. I have some spinach growing over here, and as you can see, there is lots and lots of it. So I'm going to thin this out as well and use some of this in a salad. So I'm going to, and also, this is watercress. I'm probably going to take a couple leaves of watercress. Now I know that it has bolted and it may be a little bit bitter, but I'm not minding that because I'm going to be using a lemon vinaigrette on my salad. So I am going to get this pulled, and I'll show you how much I get. This is a great way to save money because I heard the prices at Walmart will be going up, and they were already going up anyway. So this is a great way to save money, grow your own salads, okay? Because this is going to save me a bunch of money. So I'm going to pick my mustards, and I'm going to let you guys see how much I was able to get. All right, y'all, like, share, and subscribe. Hey y'all, look what I got. My bells of Ireland are in bloom. Look at those. They are beautiful. They over there. There's some in the pot over here too. That's Max, of course. My husband's here as well. Look at these. They are so cute. These are some of the cutest flowers, and they just basically are green. They're just green, but they are beautiful, and they just will grow up. So yeah, my bells of Ireland are in bloom. Y'all, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I want to update you guys on the grapes and the sunflowers. That's one of the sunflowers. This thing is taller than I am. But look at these grapes. They are coming in great. Look at that. There's a bigger one back here that I can show y'all. Look at the one back there. It looks like marbles. Oh my gosh, these things are growing in so fast. They are everywhere too. They are everywhere. That is so cool. So those are the grapes. Now, the sunflowers, that one is now over the 6-foot fence. Okay, this is now taller than the fence. And those are pretty tall back there as well. Okay. These are about the height of the fence. And then the bees are doing great. This is the split hive. But look at these. These are all now almost all taller than the fence. And then look at these. These are taller than I am as well. I mean, they are just doing great. Look at these. These are taller than me. Okay. And like I said, I'm 5'7". These are taller. These are just beautiful. And then the ones back here. These are just spectacular, y'all. And then I also wanted to show you guys these short stuffs because they are almost in as well. Look at all of these sunflowers. They're everywhere. I think that is so neat. They're everywhere. There are even some in here. Okay, look at these. These are some. This is a lonely one that sits over here, but she's almost taller than me as well. And then look at these short stuffs. They are just so cute. And there, the heads are coming in. These are just so darn cute. Right. And that is the progress of the sunflowers and the grapes. Like, share, and subscribe. Good morning, everybody. Look what I saw when I came out today to the garden. This is the American Legion poppy, and it is in full bloom and full effect. Look how beautiful this thing is. And there are more of them. Look. Oh my gosh. These are beautiful, y'all. And then I also have another one. This is another poppy. This is the Black Swan poppy that is opening. Tell me that these are not beautiful. And Max is over there losing it. But yes, I have a new bloom alert. The American Legion poppy from seed, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, y'all, so I wanted to show y'all a crop. These never really get a lot of views, but it ain't about the views. It's about the actual crop. It's corn. So this here is giant Indian corn, and I have it planted all around the garden. It's not only beautiful, but you can use it in a lot of things. My husband has just got here, too. What was we saying?
Oh, we were saying corn is versatile. I mean, you can use it for make tortillas. You can make cornmeal.
Yep.
You can make moss
tea. They have corn silk tea. You get the silks. It's a lot of stuff you could do with corn.
You know, you can whole kernel cream.
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
You can make
popcorn.
corn chowder.
I've grown popcorn. You can do all types of stuff with corn, and then you can use the leaves to make wreaths and different stuff like that. So,
and it'll grow anywhere.
It will grow anywhere. And so, yeah, this is a versatile crop that anybody can grow. And it's pretty too, like I said. So yeah, I know it's probably not gonna get a lot of views. And look how pretty that is.
It'll keep you fed.
But it will keep you fed.
Right. It's corn.
These giant Indian corn, the ears are like what?
11 inches tall.
They're freaking huge. So
and you get about what 3 to 6 ears per plant.
Yeah, I was thinking a versatile crop. But yeah.
And you can store it once you dry it out. You know, and popcorn.
Yeah, I was just saying we just made it. So yeah, look at grow you some corn, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, wow, this is our walkway right now. Look at these damn sunflowers. This is just so cool. It's cool. And look at these. These are just, look at all of these sunflowers. All of these are sunflowers. They are every freaking where. And then here's Max. I don't know. There's Max. He had a bath. He's looking and feeling good, like I said yesterday, but that was it's cool to walk through here. And then I'm gonna show you from this angle. You can see all of the sunflowers. It's just like lined, which is cool. And as you can see, look at the sky. It's raining again. I just had to come out and get out and get some fresh air, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, look at these. These are my coleuses that I planted from seed. Look at these over here. They're getting so big. All right, let me show y'all what else is going on back here. got a sunflower open. Okay, y'all, it was just a bee that was over here for a second. I almost caught her on camera. Dang it. Okay, so this is a female fruit. I got some female cucumbers coming on here. Now, this is the Japanese variety. It starts with a J, and I know it has an S in it. I'm gonna have to put it in the description box below. But it is supposed to be disease and pest resistant. So we will see, because they always get cucumbers anyway. Like in summer, like midsummer, late summer, they always come down with like moldy, powdery mildew. All of them do. And they say this variety doesn't. So we shall see, we shall see. So I should have these producing all the rest of spring and summer long. So yeah, I got some female fruit. There's one. And then there is a male down there too. What? All right, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to give you an update really quickly on my green globe artichokes. So I'm going to pull these. Okay, so this is one of them. And here's another. These things are getting pretty big. All right, now let me show you guys. There's another one that I have planted over here. These are all sunflowers, of course. And then there's another one over here, in between here. As you can see right there. And those are green globe artichokes. You can see there's a little piece coming out there in the middle. Real weird looking. All right, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, y'all, so we've had a couple days of nice sun after the rain. I'm gonna plant something over here, and we have to get that one going again. But this is what these sunflowers are looking like now. They're all taller than me. Let me walk up on this one. Look at this. Look up. They're all taller than I am. Look at these. You go around. Oh wow. These are taller than me. You see those? Look at that one. It's like a beast. And then these. What? Okay. Okay. These are way taller than the fence now. Look at these. Now let me scan so y'all can see. See that? Look at the ones behind the bees. Just crazy, Max. All right, y'all. Sunflower progress. These things are becoming monsters. All right, like, share, and subscribe. Look at one of the zinnias that is in bloom here. Oh my gosh, it looks like it's painted, don't it? It looks like paint. It is so beautiful. And then we have our cosmos. Beautiful. I'm just showing you some of the stuff that is in bloom back here. Another cosmo. All right, let's keep going here. Let me show you the sunflower. This is beautiful. Now, we also have some nostrums that are in bloom. nose. Let's head on over. There are more nostrums here. Nostrums are here. Daisies. Are those not beautiful? This is cilantro that has bolted, so this is coriander. It's nostril. There are 5 spots. Let's go over here real fast. Look at these poppies. I cannot leave off without showing y'all these. Look at these. Okay, so this is what the sunflowers look like today. They are all taller than I am. As you can see the corn is growing in. It's about to rain. I need to grab this cement my husband had. But look, they're all over the fence now. The fences are over, they're about 6 feet, and all of these are over that, as you can see. I just think these look so cute, so marvelous, so majestic looking. But yeah, this is what we looking like. Look at these. Wow. These are here. Those were short stems. This is the little lonely one that is now almost to the porch. Oh my gosh, look at that one. Look at these. This is my first time out here today, so they've grown since yesterday. It's just spectacular, y'all. Sunflower privacy fence, anyway. Let me grab the seed that my husband left out here. But yeah, this is what the sunflowers are looking like. Like, share, and subscribe.